In Japan, spring begins when the cherry trees blossom. For students, that marks a 2-week holiday before the start of the new school year. But here in the land of the rising sun, being on holiday does not necessarily mean sitting at home doing nothing. Like many schools in Japan, Shibuya High School in Tokyo stays open during the break.
If I spend even just one day without studying, I feel lazy. So I'm used to working a lot every day, even during the holidays. It's natural for me to study a lot.
Long school days are familiar to students here. Sometimes they're at school 6 days a week. After school, most of them go to private evening classes. That's why, for a long time, the Japanese believed that to learn well, children had to learn fast. But in 2002, the country's government established so-called slow education, a revolution for one of those who started the reforms, Professor Ken Terawaki.
Education has completely changed. Before, children were passive and they felt forced to study. They only tried to learn by heart everything their teacher would say. They just wanted to live up to the teacher's expectations. But with slow education, kids learn to think. It's their own decision to study, and that's how they get the pleasure from learning.
Yet the idea of slow education was abandoned in 2007 after just 5 years. The reform was massively rejected by the parents and the media, who are still critical of an emerging so-called slow generation, incompatible with Japanese expectations of excellence and efficiency. University teachers have seen a drop in student grades. One maths teacher thinks slowing the pace was counterproductive.
Slow education did not devote enough time to maths. Parents had to send their children to private evening classes to get them up to speed. It widened the gap between rich and poor parents because evening classes are expensive. By going to these classes, kids didn't have any time left for other extracurricular activities. So it's ironic to say that the well-being generation did not actually experience this well-being.
Japanese experts say the 5 years spent slow learning will have serious consequences for the country's future, its scientific research, and its economic growth. They say it's time to pick up the pace because in Japan, a slow pace is often considered a lazy pace.